Well, welcome to day 2 of the 2021 North Island Weightlifting Championships. You are joining us for the men's 96 Group B. So this is obviously a very large weightlifting championship this weekend, and there will be a Group A to follow. But we will be watching the men's Group B this morning as we go through. I'm going to quickly introduce myself. My name is Richie Patterson. I'm going to nice and chilly. I'm all rugged up this morning here in the rec room Feilding. I will be guiding you through this morning as we go through. So we have approximately 10 minutes until the start of the competition. I'm just going to put you on a holding screen for a little bit while we lock in all the scoreboards, and we'll be ready to go. Well, welcome back. There is just over 2 minutes before the first lift in the men's 96 Group B. As mentioned, I am with you today on the live stream. My name is Richie Patterson. Let's have a look at the starting lineup. We have Ethan, Clarence, Diego, Carl, Kyle, and as like yesterday, the scoreboard for some reason is deleting out our athlete from Northsport, but that will pop up in good time. Plenty of action yesterday. So yesterday we had a Masters session to lead off the day, 19 athletes through that, and we've gone through our lighter weight categories this morning. Through the morning yesterday, we saw New Zealand under 15 youth and junior records being broken, Masters records, and then we were treated to a exhibition by Olympian Cameron McTaggart, snatching 142, clean and jerking 175 for lifetime personal best, and he is in great condition. So we will be underway very shortly in 1 minute. The loaders will just reload the weight for us really quickly, because you can, on the scoreboard we have our first weight at 75 kilos. They will have a little look at that for us. Now, if you are joining me this morning on the live stream and you do want to learn a little bit more about weightlifting, feel free to say hello to your athletes in the chat. So you can, they will come back and watch this no doubt on the live stream afterwards and the replay. So anything you write to them, they'll be able to see your support. And if you are a little bit confused about any of the rules of Olympic weightlifting, just throw them in there and I can clarify them as we go through this morning's session. So we're in the final 10 seconds before the first athlete will be called to the platform. Now, if you can hear the background noise as well, that is because we are running two simultaneous platforms side by side. So if you are looking for the women's 76 kilo Group A, that is on another separate live stream, so you can just click back into Sky Sport Next, keep me open, and you can watch the women's 76 kilo. In the meantime, we've got Emmanuel, Malio, 80 kilos, first attempt, North Sport Olympic weightlifting. And he starts the morning off okay for us with 3 white lights. He's okay, he's on the board, that's what he's saying to himself. So coming from North Sport Olympic Weightlifting, based out of the Millennium Institute on the North Shore of Auckland. We'll just be waiting in the wings for our next athlete. Bar is loaded to 80 kilos, and this will be the first attempt for Clarence. Now, Clarence is one of our biggest contributors to the sport. He's been helping out all yesterday, so he's now taking himself to the platform. And that looks like a good start, and he's happy. Coaches are happy as well. Unfortunately, we don't have any cameras out the back because we did have to split our live stream equipment to cover 2 platforms. But I can certainly let you know how the motion's out the back. So at this point, you'll see 1 kilo is added to the bar. This becomes a second attempt for Clarence. So that's what we call an automatic increment. So as soon as you've completed your lift, an automatic increment is added to the barbell. And if that is you and there is nobody else taking that weight, the clock will be set to 2 minutes. You have, of that 2 minutes, 30 seconds to make a decision. I'm going to declare that weight, and that will give you the opportunity to move up a further 2 changes. So the coaching team out the back is ready to go and sign off your next attempt. In the meantime, we have Diego coming to the platform from Waterloo Barbell Club in Lohut, Wellington. Again, a big contributor to the sport. No messing around, so he's straight on the bar. Oh, just slightly forward on that first, which can often be the case. Early morning nerves. Now, Diego is part of the functional adaptive program. So he's been working with individuals down in the Wellington region that need adaptations to their training due to physical limitations, and it is also helping to develop the adaptive program for New Zealand weightlifting. So for those that don't know, we are now not known as Olympic Weightlifting New Zealand, we are known as Weightlifting New Zealand. You can see up the top corner, and we dropped the name Olympic because we want to broaden our opportunities for all to take part in weightlifting, and the Olympic lifts aren't just that. So we want to make a competition program that adaptive athletes can participate in, and we're really looking forward to that. That is a massive initiative, a massive undertaking, but the motto is by us, for us, and we will be working closely with the adaptive community to develop that program. It's pretty exciting. In the meantime, we are waiting for North Sport weightlifter. Clock is counting to 50. Here he is. Just taking his time. You'll hear it 30 seconds. So 30 seconds produces a buzzer. A lot of athletes wait for that buzzer so it doesn't distract them. set them into their process. And I think that was better than his first. Loads his own barbell for the loaders. So we have a Strength HQ. A lot of these lifters have lifted yesterday. In fact, all of them on the platform lifted yesterday. Ellie Granger there had a wonderful event, hitting the international total. International total is kind of like a video game when you go up the next level. It unlocks a whole lot of international competitions that you can now be selected for. So that is a massive milestone. Anthony Taylor in the gumboots. Good to see the health and safety. Here's Clarence, 85 kilograms, third attempt. I think this is the second attempt. Sorry, second attempt. His number is 3. Oh, slightly forward. Plenty of height. He knows what to do on that one. The coaches, yep. I look out the back. You can't see it, but Simon Kent's saying give it a bit more petrol. So the bar loads and the clock moves to 2 minutes to give him time. I'm easily distracted and I am watching 2 weightlifting competitions happening simultaneously. I encourage you to go and open up another internet tab, go to skysportnext, and you can run our 2 platforms literally side by side on your computer screen, and you'll see exactly what we're seeing in the commentary seat. We have the women's 76 kilo division. This morning you will have Olympian Megan Signal doing her last competition prior to flying to Tokyo. Pretty amazing. We have 5 Olympians. I was privileged to announce those Olympians a couple of weeks ago. Myself being a 3-time Olympian is something very special to get onto the platform at the Olympic Games. But we had 17 total, our first being Maurice Crowe back in 1946 London, and to add 5 is over 30% of our current Olympian stock, and very exciting athletes our current stock are as well. Here's Clarence. He's coming out for his 3rd attempt. Left the previous lift slightly forward. Let's see if he can make a correction. He did, but it's just not quite there. See, Clarence is a wonderful contributor to our sport. Chiropractor as well, so he's not only just muscles, got the brains and the brawn. Bar is being loaded to 86 kilograms for his 2nd attempt for Diego. Diego's not wasting any time. He's out there. Small session this morning, so we are going to get through this pretty quick. That's a good lift. Behind me, exactly that. We're in a sport of power, but the first call that came from the audience was beautiful. When you get it right, the rhythm, the position, and the structure, it just sits and it looks just that. Beautiful. Some fantastic lifting on the platform next to me right now. So make sure you go and open up. What group are you, John? He's sitting right next to me. What group?
This is session 8.
Session 8. So I'm session 9. Oh.
Female 76.
He's coming out like a rocket. So we've got session 8. If you go into Sky Sport Next and look for session 8, we've got session 8 and session 9 running at the same time. Unfortunately, no lift. He was successful with his first two. Let's go back and have a look. So this is our scoreboard. You'll see that we've got 3 athletes yet to enter the competition. Barbell is being loaded for Diego, 90 kilograms. We've got Carl, Kyle, and Ethan yet to enter. Quite excited to watch Ethan actually. He's a young talent. I'll just move back over to that main screen. Diego, and he's good. For 90, referees like it. I do, he does. It's a good combination when everybody likes it. Here comes the athletes to come reload. So that's got us first through our first 3 athletes. We have now a number of athletes coming in. Ethan has dropped his start weight, so I'm just feeling maybe he's struggling with something. And he had 110, moved it back down to 100. Oh, now he's moved back up to 105, so he's playing the game of yo-yo. Bar is loaded now for Carl Hawkins, Strength HQ. His team is loading for him. Couple of changes coming through from the back. Here we go. Kyle, first attempt.
So our board's looking pretty good so far. We have quite a lot of green, which indicates we have the epic competition. So we have Isis coming up with a third attempt at 69 kgs. So she decides to go up and just...
Whoa, not quite. Plenty of height, just didn't quite get himself under the barbell. So Kyle will have to go away and reflect. You'll see the clock gets loaded to 2 minutes. Will give us the opportunity to look at the scoreboard. We hear a lot of clapping in the background, so there is some lifting happening. Session 8 next to me. That was a New Zealand record apparently. Pretty good. So if you are interested in watching some records being broken, there are records dropping on the 76 kilo women's platform, session 8. It is in the live stream. While we're waiting, I will thank our sponsors today. We couldn't run an event like this. This is the largest ever domestic weightlifting event New Zealand Weightlifting has ever held. And we are session 9, and we are going to thank Dara's Mitre 10 from Feilding. They have been fantastic in supporting. We've got all of their plywood out the back, aptly screen printed with their names on them. No doubt they are a fantastic contributor to the community down here. But we have lots of sponsors from across the weekend. And Kyle is ready to go, so let's go back to the main platform, have a look.
Yeah, so 71 kgs.
Unfortunately, he's 0 from 2 at the moment, which is going to put a lot of pressure on him for that final attempt. Hopefully he can go away and compose himself. So getting a bit of a clean, that's what we call a tactic of the game. When you slow down the platform, you can ask for it to be cleaned, and that helps just give you a bit of extra time. As I said, just a massive thank you to our session sponsor today, to Darrah's Mitre 10 and Feilding. A number of sponsors as well across the weekend. Major sponsors being that of Ray's Lower, McDonald's, Remedy Kombucha. A number of big contributors. 160 entries across this weekend. Kyle is ready. High pressure lift, third attempt, needs this to stay in the event. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. Oh, sorry, you're living that lift with me. We're all living it with him. Good lift. What a save. Oh, high pressure. Wow. He had it, and then he lost a little bit of stability overhead. He had to shift his feet, and then he came back to save that underneath. So this brings another athlete to the platform, Carl Hawkins. Strength HQ. Ethan, as I said, went down, came back up, so he's creeping it back up again. We look like we might be in for a tight competition in the snatch between Ethan and Carl. He is ready, so let's have a little look as he approaches the barbell. He's not wasting any time. Oh, beautiful. No wasting any time. Certainly a taller athlete, a long way to move that barbell. Helps when your mobility is that good that you can get your height all the way back down again. Bar is now being loaded for Ethan. 107 kilos. As mentioned, you'll see Anthony Taylor lifted yesterday with his footwear, the gumboot today. Here we go. We've got Ethan coming out. Ethan has large aspirations, so let's see how he starts the day. Oh, real powerful opener. Referees like it. It's halfway between being too light and just enough, because he kind of caught it in a half power snatch. Certainly a beautiful overhead position. I was recently talking to Ethan. He said he's worked his way through a shoulder issue, so that looks well controlled now. I would probably call him a student of the sport. He's a person that follows the sport closely. Let's have a little look back at that scoreboard for us for a second while the bar is loaded. So the call moves. Oh, Ethan's jumped to 111. That forces the call back on Carl. So these two athletes are going 1-to-1.
Thank you, loaders. 1 minute.
Is loaded. The clock is at 1 minute. And the call will be on Carl. His beautiful first lift. Move into new territory when you get into 110. He looks quite composed. Little bit. He gets given the down. It's a good lift. Not as stable as the first lift, but still successful. And that gives him the lead back by 1 kilogram. So we are witnessing a really tight competition. So Carl had Ethan with 107, Carl with 110, and now Ethan gets the opportunity to take this lead back with 111. And if these guys go 3 for 3, it will be fantastic. Ethan is setting himself. Let's have a look at his setup. I know he's pretty quick, so let's quickly shuffle to the front screen.
Loaders, can we please have
Waiting for that clock to count down.
This will bring out Samara Wright for her first attempt. She is coming all the way from
Oh, oh, he saved it. Whoa, almost overpowered that one. Held on to it. Took off like a rocket. Yes. I always say when you're that powerful, it's like trying to learn to drive a new car that's got a bit too much power for you. You got to learn how hard to put the foot on the accelerator. Bar is loaded now to 112, so the call will be on Ethan. I'm expecting that he would jump a little higher than that. The move does go back to Carl, 114 kilos. Here's Carl. Let's have a look at the main platform. It's ready to go. 50 seconds on the clock. Oh, unfortunately no lift. It was close. Just almost stood it up in a rush. We've got, you might hear in the background a bit of commentary as well, and that is the competition caller. So we have a competition caller on this platform and the other. We've got a very enthusiastic voice coming on from the other side. So again, we are running multiple live streams this morning from the Rec Room in Feilding. You are at the 2021 North Island Weightlifting Championships. And we have one final lift remaining in the men's 96 Group B. And that is for Ethan, 116 kilos. So bar is loaded and the clock is counting down. There's approximately 40 odd seconds. And this will give him a bit of breathing room in the clean and jerk. He just needs to get this line right. Oh, that's, oh, good save. Good lift. Look at relief on his face. He hit it really well and then he was in and out. So I can't say one of those was, oh, the first one was good. Ethan, your first one was good. The second one, they were very powerful. But we want to get those lines a bit right. You made hard work of it for yourself. But 3 from 3, and he takes a good lead into the clean and jerk. We will have a 15-minute break until the commencement of... Sorry, I just got distracted. My camera just got destroyed on the other platform. 15-minute break until the start of the clean and jerk. We'll be back with you very shortly. Welcome back to the weightlifting at the 2021 North Island Weightlifting Championships. You are about to witness the clean and jerks in the men's 96 Group B. We have a Group A that will be following this session, where this group's scores will be included, and we will have our final placings. But I am firstly just going to do a quick shout out to our session sponsor this morning, Tara's Mitre 10 and Feilding. They've been a fantastic contributor to this weekend, and no doubt are a fantastic contributor to the community down here, and we thank them for their support. I am joined this morning, I finally have a friend on the commentary team. I'm going to get Izzy to squeeze next to me a little bit closer without the scoreboard right in front of your face. So let's firstly, let's get rid of that, shall we?
We'll just get rid of our faces, that's
Yeah.
fine, Rich.
But Clarence is ready to go, so we don't even have time to muck around because he's just ran out onto the platform. So 95 kilos, Clarence Tong, Papatoe weightlifting. So a good opening attempt, and we are underway, but I will get us back on screen and introduce you. Everybody, Izzy. Hi Izzy, how are you going today?
I'm good, thank you.
Lifting yesterday?
Yep. It was a bit of a late one last night by the time we got going, and it started to cool down again, but we got there, got through it, and
60 kilo above your head, I saw.
I know, finally. I've been chasing that for a very long time. Had a few attempts at it previously, and then finally locked it in yesterday, so that was exciting for me.
Yeah. Busy weekend, yeah? What are you excited to see today?
I'm excited for Kana's session, obviously. She always pulls out some magic on the platform, and then it was highlight, obviously, Cam yesterday with his 175.
We've got Megan, who's lifting currently. Megan was very close on the record there. So that was actually Megan trying to break Kana's record. So we've got an Olympian coming up, trying to break an Olympian's record coming up. How good's that? Like,
it's pretty surreal. So many athletes have been able to pull it out of the bag and head off to Tokyo, punch their ticket.
So they are all in good shape. So Cameron McTaggart last night breaking all of the national records in the men's 89 kilos. He's just lifting a little bit overweight until he brings his body weight down. Megan lifting today, attempting a national record already. On the other Group 8, that's another live stream that's currently running. It's just having a 10-minute break, but you can open that up on a separate screen and listen to us and watch them. And then we are at the Group B here. Following this session, we have the women's 81 and 87. So we're going to see some great we've got the Hayley versus Kana battle.
The Hayley-Kana show.
Oh gosh, it's good.
It's always a good one.
Yep. So I was talking to Samantha Hansen yesterday about women's weightlifting, and we can see why it is taking off. And in the meantime, here's Clarence. Second attempt, 100 kilograms. And he's 2 for 2. He's pumped.
He's happy with that one.
Yep. I have to say, he's one of my favourites.
Yeah, he's such a good sort. He's always here behind the scenes doing the most for the Pat boys, as well as always being Gabby's right-hand man as well when she needs an extra hand with stuff.
We will talk about Gabby right now. Gabby, this has been no small undertaking, and Gabrielle Peach has pulled it together, and we are running 2 championship events side by side, which is hard enough to run one.
Out of town, in a location, in a venue that we've never been before, so Gabby was organising all of this virtually, having no actual idea of what kind of space she was working with and how it was all going to come together. But she's a seasoned veteran at this, and you can tell, like, it's just, she's thought of everything, you know, even down to looking after all of the officials, making sure they're well catered to.
Just, this place is a hive of activity, lots of computer screens, so much technology that could go wrong, and she still has the time to bring everyone a coffee.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. Now, some of us might be wondering why we're in Feilding this weekend. Well, the goal is to take weightlifting to the wider communities in New Zealand. A lot of the major events just happen in our main centres, and we were lucky to be granted some funding from the International Weightlifting Federation, Oceania Weightlifting and the Southern Trust to purchase a trailer, competition trailer, that will now have a full competition setup, and we will be able to take championship events on the road. So hopefully you're watching this at home and your local club goes, we've got space, we could do this.
Have a look at the new trailer there if you can pull that out.
We can accept that, so let's save that. Izzy's just giving me an image. Let's load this into the screen so we can see it. I think it's a pretty good image, is it? Let's have a look. Drag it in there. There we go. I'll just make that fit the screen. In the meantime, we've got the clock counting down, but I'm just reconfiguring this so you can all have a look. That is the Owens trailer.
Getting that one together.
I don't have the microphone set up on that image, so when you talk, when I put the image, don't come up. There you go. In the meantime, here's Clarence, but we'll go back to that image and you can have a look. Oh, good, Clarence. Yeah, he's pumped.
Happy with that.
Good lift. He's stoked. So, as said, we have been gifted funding and we put it together. It was a bit of a project. I'm pretty proud of it myself. I had a dream of a trailer. And when it comes to trailers, it doesn't get much better than this. So that trailer will have a competition platform and weights and barbells, screens, sound systems, and it will be able to take competitions around the country. So we're pretty excited. In the meantime, we have North Sport weightlifter.
Gives you boys an excuse to actually own utes now.
Not illegitimate. That looks good. Referees like it.
Tidy opener.
Yeah, having legitimate use of a ute in Auckland, hey? Why are you using that ute? Because I've got a trailer.
Just to establish some status as a man.
Richie Wong towing it down with the functional strength ute yesterday. He must have felt pretty special using his truck for the first time properly. No, I won't say that because they do tow a horse float with the horse.
Yeah. Yeah, their family has a reason.
But sometimes an Aucklander with a ute needs to feel
justified.
Justified, yeah, that's the word. Legitimate is the word the government uses at the moment, I think. Yeah. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. Good chat this morning. Is a good chat. So you'll see we've gone through the snatch portion. We've got a leader in Ethan, very powerful. He was a little bit wayward, but he managed to hold on to them. In second place at the moment we have Carl, and then we have below that Kyle. Now this is Group B, so their results are combined with Group A, which is following this event. They will lift and have combined. We're in the clean jerks now with a number of athletes yet to come into the competition. In the meantime, here's Diego. Diego was successful for 90 kilo snatch. This is his opening attempt, 112 kilograms.
So I think Diego's also in contention possibly for a Masters 35 record this morning. I don't think the standard has been
I think
hit
he's
yet.
just seeing a few stars by the way he stepped back on that. No, it is Matariki, but not time to see the stars this morning.
Not this morning.
You just got to learn to release the pressure as you stand out of the clean. Otherwise the curtains come down pretty quick.
Touch wood, we've been all right so far this week.
We have, yep. All of the athletes have been reasonably sensible at getting out of the way when it does go astray. So Izzy, good lifting yesterday. I've been talking about the bronze and the brains recently. What do you call it when you become a doctor, practicing?
I'm a junior doctor.
You're a junior doctor.
Yeah, I'm still just first year out of med school though, so I'm still working to get towards getting my full registration.
When I first started weightlifting, I swear the weightlifters were all doctors.
Is that right?
Yeah, made me feel really, what's the word?
Accomplished.
Not myself. Unaccomplished would be the word. Thought maybe you need to be super smart to be in this game.
Well, it works for us because it's got you get the camaraderie of a team sport with the flexibility of an individual sport.
Yes.
So that's why I've found it really compatible with my job.
Nice and composed.
Yeah.
And he's good, yeah. The
Well done.
referees acknowledge that. He's pretty happy. And he celebrates, gives a wave to the crowd.
You could argue though, Rich, that we don't know anyone that was also at the Olympics with you initially as well. So that was medical. So, you know, things went in your way.
Yeah. So now I'd say the current crop of athletes all seem to be physios. There are a lot of physiotherapists or at least students studying physiotherapy that do weightlifting. I guess it comes around that you're using your body, you've got an interest in sport, and you're probably working with other athletes that it drives a passion for, I guess, injury prevention being one or injury rehabilitation being another. Here's Diego, 114, successful with his first. No, he wasn't. So has he moved up? Throwing caution to the wind.
A bit more.
Oh, that's a better jerk. Chases it to the front of the platform. Referees like it.
White lights.
It always makes me nervous as they come running forward because I've got my camera sitting at the front of the platform.
That's right, Tony.
I don't think Tony looks like he wouldn't move anyway. Tony Ebert, centre referee, Olympian, Munich Olympian. As I said yesterday, once you're a weightlifter, you're not just lifting weights, you are all hands on deck for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No free passes in this sport.
Tony has been a massive contributor to our sport over the years, our centre referee at the moment. Munich Olympian, gold medalist at the 1974 Christchurch Commonwealth Games. Silver medalist at the following... Oh, no. Silver medalist at the prior one? I can't remember. He's a two-time Commonwealth medalist. Oh, it does my memory. But he is also one of our IWF referees. And he's refereed at the highest level as well, the World Championships. His wife, Jenny, is in here today as well, and she'll be
marshalling
marshalling
our
and
ladies'
refereeing
session,
as well.
You try to give them a session off over the weekend, and then Jenny comes up and says, no, we're here for the whole weekend. We're here to work. And so
Yeah.
you can't even give them a break when you try. Third attempt for Emilio. On track to go 3 from 3 with these clean and jerks.
Oh, I don't think
Nice
that.
try,
No.
yeah. You could tell it on his face.
Yeah, he let everybody know that that's not going above my head. Makes refereeing much easier when they kind of say no. Shake their head and tell the referees, no, that's no good.
We're not all Cam McTaggart popping a back flip afterwards just to add extra conviction to our lifts.
There was one comp where Cam was at Malaysia and he had a massive press out on his right elbow and he just backflipped and ran off, and the referees just must have been distracted because it was the biggest press I've ever seen, and they gave him more white lights. So I was like, oh man, they weren't even more.
Maybe we need to all practice our backflips.
I think it could go wrong though.
Yeah, true.
I'm waiting for a backflip to go.
Well, he always tells us I've done more backflips than I have snatches because of his background in gymnastics.
True. Yeah. I'd love to see that on the Olympic platform. We got some great shots.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
We haven't seen one in a while. We didn't get one at... did he lift at Auckland Champs this year?
Well, he hasn't, because he's been, the nature of the Olympics being delayed for a year, he had to go back to work.
He did.
And that takes a massive toll on your competition performance, but he's managed to organise himself to be a full-time athlete in the lead-in, and yesterday just destroyed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely smashed it. So if you are wondering what we're talking about, you can go back and watch the live stream of the men's 89 Group A. It will be saved in the skysportnext catalogue. In the meantime, we have Kyle, 120 kilograms.
I believe Carl, the physio that you were speaking to earlier.
Yep.
One of the crop on the bench over there, timekeeping, we have Lee Martel, another physio.
Oh, he looks more stable. Oh, he's held it. He held it, and then he had a little stumble, and the referees waited. As the rules of the sport are, you have to demonstrate control overhead, and that is when you bring your feet back in line. So you kind of get there, and then sometimes a little stumble, and the referees will wait. It's not, you don't want to be holding it above your head for too long.
Oh, yeah, that happened to me at Nationals last year.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Good friend Cam McTaggart, centre referee, was in control of giving me the down signal, and he switched off for a little bit momentarily. So I was standing there for probably a good, I don't know, it felt like a minute, but it was probably only like 5 extra seconds.
Here's Diego, third attempt. His second was great. I'm sure he'll be wanting to put away 120.
He looked a bit fatigued after that last one, so hopefully he's had some time to rest. Easy clean.
Oh,
Not
the
quite
stars
there today,
again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Smart, just knowing your limit.
He's going to have a little seat. Whoo, he says.
It's
Little chat. How's your day going, Diego? Yep, looks all right. He's okay. Gives us the thumbs up.
I guess that's
He's sitting on the chalk bucket platform. He's going to have a nice chalk mark right across his rear.
it's better than an egg on the back of your head.
Yeah, he's still getting his stars. He's good to
Alright,
go.
he's good.
There we go. Barra's being loaded to 121 kilos for Kyle. Let's have a quick look at the scoreboard.
I guess that's maybe one of the differences between graduating from a senior athlete to a masters athlete is learning your limit, knowing when it's not worth it.
Yeah, that's called common sense, I think, sometimes. Learning when the stars come up that maybe holding 120 kilos above my head with the stars is not a good idea.
Not in your best interest at that exact moment in time.
Oh, beautiful. We're just watching the women's Group 8 as well. Kay Robinson, 73 kilos going over your head. So if you are hearing that background noise, that is because we are running dual platforms. As mentioned earlier, this is the largest domestic weightlifting event we've ever held in New Zealand. There were 160 entries, which is huge. Here comes
That compared to
Kyle.
about 120 at Nationals in November last year.
And we are running this event remotely, so we moved all of our equipment into the trailer to come down to Feilding, the rec room. Thank you for hosting us. Here's Kyle, 126.
We've had a weight change. Can we have 75? This will bring out Alex.
Big dip.
A massive dip. I think he's got it. Oh, the referee.
Majority decision, unfortunately not.
Fortunately, that pass just getting heavier and it's just pushing him further down.
What do you reckon that was? Was it his right elbow, maybe?
I don't know.
I didn't see exactly what it was.
He's going to get one more attempt though, so they will reload the bar for him. And we'll just go back to that scoreboard so everyone can have a quick look. As I said, there is a massive setup here, 2 competition platforms, twice the amount of referees, twice the amount of timekeepers, adjudicators, back room,
Yeah.
2 warm-up areas.
I was nervous how it was going to pan out, but actually as an athlete you don't even notice the other platform. You kind of hone in on your session and tune everything else out. And when you're lifting with one platform, there's a lot of noise going on anyway because there's still barbells moving in the warm-up area and that sort of stuff. So, as an athlete, I can't say I found it
Well,
much
I'm not
different
looking at
in a good
anyone
way.
setting up and then stopping and like they've been distracted. Like it looks like they're just in the zone.
Yeah.
We've got this nice polystyrene central acoustics board anyway, so it's actually knocking out a lot of the platform-to-platform noise.
Yeah.
So I was just saying yesterday, this might be something we're going to have to get used to because
We just have only got 2 days in a weekend.
Yes.
We can't all be having a week off to come to weightlifting.
exactly, yeah. Here's Kyle. Oh no, we've got a new athlete to the platform. Sorry, Carl. 128, first attempt.
Made that look like a feather.
He's pretty good.
Very tidy opener.
A good start to the comp as well. So he's on the on the board, on the platform. Both, yes. We'll go have a look at the scoreboard for him. As he's trying to see the scoreboard, I'm going to have to bring that up a bit bigger. It isn't that one, is he? No, didn't want to do that either. Uh-oh. Leave that where it is, Richie. Technology's not necessarily my friend sometimes.
So typically you have
Get
the
rid of
guys
that
from
one.
Dream Shot down here running your live stream, Richie, but you seem to have taken on that role this weekend.
Well, we do have a limited budget,
Yeah.
but we're in-house streaming this weekend, increasing our capabilities. But we do thank the support of the Sports Collective and skysportnext for giving us this platform. Again, if we look back 3 or 4 years ago, you wouldn't be watching weightlifting around the country on a Sunday morning. So now we have that opportunity to share our sport, not only nationally, but yesterday we had people from the States, from Colombia, from all around the world watching. Here's Kyle, third attempt, 131 kilograms.
Brave man out there in just his suit, no tights or anything else. Have to admit, I was very thankful for the rule change that now allows us to wear extra clothing under our suits. Good fight, well done.
He's working hard.
Wow.
Oh, that's a fight. That's a fight and a half. They've given it to him. Wow. He's pushing right to 100%
Yeah.
there. Whoa.
Long limbs to maneuver.
That's a long way up.
Yeah.
It's that one time in my life where I was glad I'm just got midget arms and a short little torso. So weightlifting, it's an advantage to be closer to the ground. The bar is being loaded. Let's have a little look. Call is on Carl.
Awesome work from our Strength HQ loaders this morning.
Yep.
Ellie Bateman standing there on the platform. She had an awesome day yesterday. Finally locked in her international grade total.
Yeah, I was talking about that this morning. Snatches were on point. Worked real hard for that jerk. I know she's just moved to a split jerk, so to hit an international total after making a technical change like that, moving from a squat jerk to a split jerk, give you a lot of confidence.
It's always a good talking point, her squat jerk though.
It was. So here we have Carl. He's following himself. Second attempt.
Can we have a weight change to 77? This will bring out Fiona Walton. Thank you. So it's at 77. The time can start.
Looking barely more difficult than his last clean.
Let's give her a round of applause.
Yeah, hard luck.
No lift.
Hard to tell if that was shoulders or elbows.
Let's have a look at that scoreboard again. We have Carl with one final attempt, 133 still on the bar. Again, this referee's just blanked him out for a second, but it is 133 he's taking for another attempt. And then we have Ethan, who will be doing 3 lifts following himself, 140. We saw Ethan come out for snatches, super powerful, so that usually indicates that you're going to have a big clean jerk.
Yeah.
Snatch, for the athletes that are strong, is generally the harder event because you've got to control the accuracy of it. Clean and jerk is where you can be a little less accurate, but you can just put that extra strength to use.
Did you have a preference, Rich? Was it snatch or clean and jerk?
Depended on the day.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
Some days you turn up, you're like, I'm on fire with this, and then the next day you feel like you've completely forgotten what you're doing.
Yeah. Or it'll be whatever's, I find, in the lead up to a competition, the thing that you have been struggling with the most in your training ends up going fine on the day. And then subsequently you've neglected the other bits, and that might be what lets you down on the platform.
It's a very, very rare day where you get 2.
No.
Snatch felt great, clean and jerk felt excellent. I think Cam had that yesterday, which is a rare occurrence. But here we have Carl, 133 kilos.
We have a weight change. Athletes keep on it. Loaders, can we please have 79 on the bar?
Oh, that was a little on that left elbow, but they gave it to him that time.
Nice. He'll be happy with that. Good
So
correction.
now we have Ethan. He will have 3 lifts following himself. As we said, this is quite a small session this morning. This is Group B, the 96 Group B. We have 96 Group A to follow. That'll be on the other live stream. If you're technically capable, I'm hoping you've got both of them open at exactly the same time. You can probably only listen to one of the commentary teams. Now we do have John on the other. He had a baptism of fire this weekend because he was just expecting to help with the cameras, but we decided actually let's try and get 2 streams out so you can watch each platform independently. You're not missing any action at all.
And I think he's John's done well. I've heard some good feedback from the spectators at home.
That's not the start he wanted. Looked like he got a bit dizzy straight off the bat.
Is that what it was, do you reckon?
I don't know.
Just out of position a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, generally, start with something pretty safe. So I'd say he's got this number numerous times. It should be a safe weight. Just maybe overthought it.
That happens.
We have 2-minute break. In the meantime, we will thank our session sponsor. It is Durra's Mitre 10 Feilding. As we wait 2 minutes for Ethan to come out. Durra's Mitre 10 giving us all of the wood for the warm-up platforms. I see another couple of platforms out the back. Is it New Zealand mats or something?
The rubber mats, yes.
Rubber mats, New Zealand, yeah. So each session has our sponsors. You can see we have a number of sessions this weekend, and all of these companies came in behind and supported this event. Now it's no small feat because we have to have some significant costs to run an event like this.
Yeah, absolute legends.
Yep. In the meantime, we are back to the main platform because Ethan is ready to go. 142nd attempt.
See if we can make the corrections needed to get this one overhead.
He saved it. Oh, solid jerk.
Yeah, there he is.
Yep. Much more composure there. Made a little bit hard work on the clean. Let him take a couple of steps, but he just settled, was patient. Yeah. So you'll see the automatic increment go straight onto the barbell, and that will then be loaded.
He took some jumps in his snatch, so we'll see what happens.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see 10 kilos go here.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's clean and jerked like 160 odd kilos from the blocks.
Right.
Maybe from training. He's a young lifter. Big aspirations for the sport. What's that? One of the Hanson sisters sweeping the platform. Both of them, well, Samantha's lifting right now. We've had a full change here, so I was talking yesterday about weight changes and having bar loaders that are competent and capable. And this group from Strength HQ is doing a fantastic job. I got to witness, they live streamed a long time ago, or they live streamed or put a television one up, I can't remember what it was, of the competition for the loading teams for the Beijing Olympic Games.
So they ran a competition.
They ran competitions to select the loading team.
Wow.
5 loaders. Beep, go. It's like watching
Incredible.
Formula One.
I bet.
Up just so fast.
Clockwork.
Yeah, so good. Oh, giving it a good clean.
Might have had some blood on the bar there.
Okay.
Can only be too careful.
Generally, it's your own blood when you're the last lifter. So, hygiene number 1. Blood, sweat and tears going into this. But yeah, you'll see that they have rules at the Olympic Games. So, when they get into it, when they get into the loading at the Olympic Games, all 5 athletes must stand first before anyone can move. So you can't run up one by one.
No.
They all stand. Then they go up in an order. They'll have one person that gets the plate, one person that unloads the plate. So they have a central person that lifts the bar off the platform onto a loader. One person is taking the load off. The other person comes on with the plate, locks it back in, clear the platform, run back down in order. They all stand up, and they all sit down at the same time.
Down at the same time.
So
no taking turns and having a rest.
yes. So hopefully everyone's going to tune in to watch the Tokyo Olympic Games, and they might just give you some back or side platform action.
Yeah.
Watching these teams.
You've got further to run when you're at an international like
Yeah,
that
you
as
got to go
well,
up the steps and everything. But it is a very esteemed position to be a
Yeah,
loader at the Olympic
wow.
Games. It is.
It's front row seats.
Yep, front row seats. Don't even have to pay for it.
Have you guys had any input yet about what it's going to be like out the back when you get to Tokyo?
No. So we've really just been witnessing what's going on around the world with weightlifting comps, which is booths,
Yeah.
potential screens in each booth. So you'll have a scoreboard
Ah,
within
cool.
your booth, so you don't have to be at the table.
Sure.
You will need to run to the table to make changes, though. So
Right.
that is always the difficult thing about the Olympics or the
Yeah.
large events, is that it becomes a bit of a trek.
Yeah.
And you want to have someone at the table and someone managing the athlete, and then someone else doing all of the other stuff, like your towels and your drink
Yeah.
bottle. So it
How's
becomes,
your cardiovascular fitness at the moment,
Yeah.
Rich?
and then it comes down to nerves. Am I making the right choices for my athletes? Is my athlete warming up correctly? Like
Yeah.
it's a balancing act to get that athlete to the platform.
Yeah. Just being in that completely
Here's
different
Ethan.
environment.
I told you you'd take 10.
So we did.
All right, with this weight change, this will bring out Lydia Neer for her second attempt.
Oh, much better.
Popped out of that.
Oh. Nice work. Good work.
Beautiful.
Certainly got a lot of strength and reserve there.
Yeah.
Just needs those opportunities on the platform
Yeah.
to have a go at them. So
That's
that
awesome.
brings us to the end of the men's 96 Group B. Thank you, Izzy, for joining me on the commentary team. I'm going to let you all have a quick gander at the scoreboard. Now, these results will be joined into the Group A session, which will be starting at, what time's that session starting? I'm just going to pop up, sorry. We have the next Group A, which I've got down as 11:15 on the other platform. So long as the other platform is clear, we are running, I think, a little bit behind on the other platform. So there might be a delay in that. But in the meantime, thank you for joining us this morning. Again, a massive thank you to our session sponsor, Dara's Meister 10 Feilding. We appreciate your support. And we will be live again shortly with the women's 81 and 87 kilo division